guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be doing this video. I got this palette about a week ago and I was like, I can't use it yet. I have to do a first impression on it. And it is the W7 Lightly Toasted Natural Nudes Eye Color Palette. And I got this for $6 at Marshall's. And I believe this is comparable to one of the Naked palettes. I'm not quite sure. Hold on, let me switch it up real quick. Okay, so this looks extremely, I think this is just a direct dupe for the Urban Decay Naked palette, the first one. And hold on, let me pull up an image for you so I can really show you, like, this is definitely a dupe. I don't know, I don't really have one of the Naked palettes. Maybe if I get one, I can do like a dupe video comparing the two, but hold on. The packaging is somewhat similar. Look at, like, they're both, hold on, I don't know if you can see that, but they're both brown. The shades are basically the same. So yeah, this is comparable, I guess, to the Urban Decay Naked palette. And I was so excited when I saw this because it was $6.99 at Marshall's, as you can see. And it's like so cheap, but looks like it would be an expensive product. So I just filmed the look with this palette. You can see on my eyes. I don't know if you can see. And I did have some issues with some of them. So there is 12 shades in this palette. And I forgot to film a swatch of Delija or whatever. So I'll show you right now. Forgot to... Holy crap. So, one thing I did not like about it while swatching it was, I don't know if you can see that, I'm sorry, I don't have it viewfinder. One thing I did not like while swatching it was it's so powdery, like, I don't know, it's just really powdery. And so, Teddy Bear is just, seems like a matte white shade to me. It comes off shimmery, but I guess it's matte because whenever I swatch it, it just kind of seems that way. And what was really weird was when I swatched the shade Magic in this palette, it also, like, it's clearly shimmery. You can even see it in the palette, like, it's clearly a shimmery shade, but it, like, almost came off matte, and I had kind of a hard time building up the color onto my lids, and you will see that in the tutorial. My overall thoughts on this palette is, for $6.99 and it being comparable to the Naked palette, I say go for it. You might have some trouble blending some shades, but really it's honestly a really good palette, and some of the shades in here are definitely hits and misses, but like the hits are so pigmented and so good. The two matte shades in this palette, Cracker and Lady Luck, blended so smoothly and I think just look absolutely stunning on the eyes. So if you ever go to Marshall's and see this, or I will put a link in the description for it, I say why not? You might as well pick it up for $6.99. And maybe if I get my hands on one of the Naked palettes in the future, I will be potentially doing a dupe video on this, so look out for that. Okay, so I'm going to start off by priming my face with the Master Prime by Face Studio, like Maybelline or whatever. We're just going to now move on to the eyes, so my face like has time to take in all the primer or whatever. So I'm using this CoverGirl foundation in the shade 120, fairly lighter than my skin. I'm going to be taking this Airspun Loose setting powder, and I'm just going to be setting the eyes, the foundation that we put on the eyes. Life hack. I'm using this Lightly Toasted palette from the brand W7, I think it is, the W7 brand. I believe I talked about this in the intro, so you should know all about it. So there's only two matte shades in this palette. There's only two matte shades in this palette, so I'm going to go in with the lightest matte shade. Next I'm going in with the second and well, the last matte shade in the shade Lady Luck. I'm going to be stopping about right here in the middle, I guess. We're putting that right on top of where we put corrector. I'm pretty happy with how the crease came out.
I can see it.
It blended out so smoothly, and it really, really did a good job. So I think I'm going to be taking the shade Magic. Okay, so this is not really... You know what's so weird about this shade? I talked about it already in the intro, but honestly, it's like clearly a shimmer shade, but it like comes off, like goes on matte, and I just don't understand. So I'm going to put this on the outer and then the inner parts of my eye. Okay, it's looking a little bit more shimmery, but I think it's because I'm really having to build it up. Now I'm going to be taking the sponge applicator thingy that came in the palette, and these are actually pretty good at picking up pigment, so y'all need to stop hating on it. Like, come on, guys. And then I'm just going to be putting this in the center of the lid. Do you see that, Jazzy?
Yeah, it's like really, really, really prominent.
Dude, that is freaking pigmented. Now I'm going to be taking this white shade Teddy Bear. It's a shimmery white shade. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it on the same on this blending brush from Wet n Wild. And I'm just going to put this in the crease just to kind of lighten things up a tad bit. Okay, so yeah, guys, seriously, how, like, oh, let's see. Next, I'm going to take my Dip Brow Pomade, whatever. I did a whole video on my channel last week, and I decided that that brush was horrible, and I wasn't too happy with that video. And I'm just taking this brush that I got from another palette that I'm going to be reviewing in this video, but not as much because I did use it already, so it's not really a first impression. But it's not angled or anything, as you can tell, but I really like it for filling in my brows. And this is like, I used this because I lost the other crappy brush, and then I was just like, I'm not going back to it. Okay, so I decided I was not going to show where I was filling in my brows because I have a whole video up on my channel that I posted last week, so if you want to see how I fill in my brows, go check it out. The link will be in the description. I'm taking my Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 128, and I'm just using this e.l.f. palette to like put the foundation onto. So I also got this palette at Marshall's as well. It's the All About Face concealer and color correcting palette. So I'm going to try to cover up some dark circles under my eyes. Now it looks like I have used this, right? But I only used this shade to contour yesterday, and then all the other ones I was just messing around with on my sister's greasy 7-hour-old face. So I think I'm gonna actually go in with this lighter pink. This is for people with fair skin tones, but I've never really color corrected under my eyes before, so whatever. And I'm just gonna do this with my finger. use one of these shades to conceal. So I think I'm going to go in with this shade right here. Okay, so I really hope this isn't a greasy formula. I hope it's easy to blend, but isn't greasy. So yeah, this too. I'm going to take this white powder from this Wet n Wild contour palette in Dolce de Leche, and this was my holy grail and I ran out of it for a while, but my beautiful awesome friend Lizzie got me a new one as like a surprise, which was so nice of her, and I am going to dip my dry beauty blender with the same brush that I use to conceal. Don't hate me. I'm going to contour. And again, this palette was like $6. I think it was like $6.99. Now I'm not going to do chin contour with it, but I'm just going to go and set it with the contour shade in the Dolce de Leche contouring palette. And then just contour in the top of the chin, which has been getting even worse lately, so I need to hit the gym. Teddy bear shade from this palette, and apply this onto the brow bone. And then next I'm going to be using my Maybelline Master Contour by Face Studio, and it's the Trio, and this is what I've been using lately. You can see I love this highlight, and I'm just going to be using the blush today in this palette. Next, let's move on to the under eye shadow, and I don't know why I just said it like that. Hold on. We lost it a little bit when we were doing all that. Okay. So I'm going to be using this smudging side on my Nickel brush, and I'm going to be going in with, I'm going to be taking the lighter matte shade in the shade Cracker, and I'm going to just put this all under my eyes. This is just going to be like a transition. Transition colors are really important, guys. And then I'm going to be going in with the Magic shade from this palette. This really reddish brown shimmer shade. And I'm going to put this under my eyes as well. Okay, so now I'm just going to curl my lashes and put some mascara on them. And I'm using, of course, the L'Oreal The Luminous Carbon Black Waterproof Mascara. This is the stuff. Okay, so next, actually with my fingers, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. Illuminating palette with this. It's literally so messed up. I dropped it and tried fixing it with the alcohol, but I'm taking this mauvey pinky shade, and just with my middle finger, I'm just going to be running this on the cheeks just to give a natural glow. This isn't like a blinding glow at all. It's super natural, so as that is the look for today. I was pretty impressed with this palette. Again, like I had trouble with the shade Magic in it. That was really the only issue, and I will be doing more looks in the future with this palette, of course, because I only did about 4 shades on my eyes. But overall, I say get it, and thank you so much for watching this video. And for the All About Face palette, I think it looks really great as a contour. I am still undecided about the color corrector and the concealer. We'll see how it lasts throughout the day. And I will get back to you guys maybe in the next video or in the description box below. Hey, sorry, so my camera died, so I'm just going to be finishing the outro on here. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and while you're here, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Goodbye.